Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you a how to play and full playthrough of Four Gardens. This is a really neat, unique, abstract game where you're collecting sets, and basically it's somewhat of a point salad because you are, again, would you call it a point salad, or is it more just a set collection?
More of a set collection.
But you are scoring in-game points. There's not that many ways to get in-game points. You score them through these bonus tiles, and then of course, however high up you get on these god tracks, that determines your in-game scoring. The way you get that scoring, I will show you, is I'll show you here in a few minutes. But we'll cover the initial setup. So you have your landscape cards, which on the other side are your groundwork. So it's two-sided. You start with a hand of 5. So you hide your groundwork side, and your opponents can only see the landscape side. Basically, the anatomy of the cards are on the upper left is the color of the god that you will gain points for once you complete the groundwork side. This one only has 2 in a set. You can see those 2 little dots. This is the leftmost card in the set, and then there'll be a match to it. I don't have it in my hand, but there'll be a match to it that will have the white dot on the right side. You'll be completing these by collecting resources. Once you get the 2 resources, you turn them over to the landscape, and you would move your token 1 spot up on the god track of the corresponding color. And you're going to be doing that throughout the game. The game ends in a 2-player version. It depends on how many players. You were trying to get 10 of them in a
2-player.
Trying to find the
10 for 2-player.
In a 3-player game, it's 9 landscape cards. In a 4-player game, it's 8. So we're doing 10 that we are going to try to complete. And as soon as a player completes their 10th landscape, the game ends. However, if you make sure everyone gets an equal amount of turns, so if Anthony goes first and he completes his 10th card, I would get 1 more turn. So you just make sure you finish the round, and then the game's over, and you count up your points. So you also get a, what is this thing called? Planning tile. So the planning tile is where you put your resources as you collect them. You put them in the little holes there. It can hold up to 4. Once that's full, you can't collect anymore when you're collecting resources from the pagoda. However, there is a way to get them directly on your groundwork card. As you can see these resources here. If you have a card that has this symbol, which is any wild resource, that can go directly on your groundwork card or your planning tile. So that's an opportunity to complete a groundwork card, to make it complete a landscape, I guess I should say. And remember, you're trying to complete a whole landscape. So say I had these 3 cards completed. As you can see, there's a dot, and this is a 3-set landscape. There's the one in the first dot, the second dot, and the third dot. And when you turn them over, they complete a landscape. Once you do that, not only do you get to, say I play this one round, I'm going to get to move my blue one up by 1. Say I completed this one the next round, and you complete them in any order. You don't have to do them 1, 2, 3, by the way. I'm just doing this for visual effects. If I completed this one in this, or even in the same round, when you complete a second one, you score on the one originally in that same set and that one, so I would get to move up 2. And then when I complete the third one, I would get to move up 1. They're not always the same color, by the way, in the set. This one just happens to be all blue. So this I would get to score 1,
blue.
2.
You mean orange? Oh, yeah, blue.
Or purple, blue. It's a blue. I would get to score 3 more. Once you get up here to this end of the god track, if you complete any more with blue, you get to move your opponent back 1. If they move below the 2, that token of theirs is out of the game, and they will no longer get to score on that color track. So that's an advantage and a way to take that portion of this game. We did that a little bit, but you're kind of more focusing on scoring yourself, but they are opportunities to move your opponent back in a few cases. So as you can see, there's 4 colors: yellow, red, purple, and blue, and you will see all of those on the cards, but there's also a rainbow one. So that one means when you complete that landscape with a rainbow one, you could choose any of the god tracks to score on, and that includes if you want to push your opponent back by choosing that one, you could do that as well. Another reward you get when you complete a landscape is you get to choose one of the 3 bonus tiles. This one gives you an additional slot on your planning tile, which could come in handy. This one you get, and these go sequential 4, 3, 2, 1. In a 2-player game, you would only be using the 4 and the 3 because you can't collect more than this one of the same type bonus tile. This one is that wild one, but you get to collect 4 resources. It's a one-time use.
And remember, with that symbol too, you could put it straight into your card. On
your groundwork card or your planning tile. Yeah. And then this one is just a flat 4 points at the end of the game, or 3 or 2, depending on how many players you have and how many get those tiles. So that's a nice little bonus when you complete the landscape. And as far as the groundwork, when you're playing, so that's basically the setup. You get 5 cards and your planning tile, and you want to set, this is a cool aspect too, the pagoda. It spins. As you can see,
make it pricey from the front.
You want to set it up 3, 2, 1, 0. As you can see, the resources, and you're going to be spinning it. So this one right here is collect resources action. So you would take that from your hand, discard it, and whichever one, there's 4 layers on the pagoda. Whichever one is the black color, that's the one you're spinning. You can spin it left or right, and you spin that one and all the ones up above it. So this one you would spin either 1 turn left or right, and 1 turn left, your choice. And they are some that are blank, so you kind of want to look and see which one would benefit you. And the way you collect the resources, you're either going from top down or from bottom up. So that also depicts which way, and that comes in handy because you're limited to the number of slots you have in your planning tile. So in this particular instance, there's a blank, then there's a gray, then 2 water.
Yeah, you can't skip them.
You have to take them in order. And then there's 3 brown, but I only have space for 1, so I could only take 1 of those. If it was going up to down, or up to bottom to up, it would be 3 brown, and then I could only fit 1 of the blue. So you don't get to pick and choose, like you said, and you have to go in order. So there's a lot of strategy to this game. It seems very simple, but believe it or not, for such a simple game, we found ourselves when we were learning it, somewhat getting tripped up on some of the rules, but not that they're difficult.
Some more than others.
Maybe more than I was tired when we were learning too, but it's a very simple game, but there's so much strategy. So that's the collect resources action. There is, or actually that's called rotate and collect. Let's use the correct terminology. This is relocate, that's a wheelbarrow. And what that means is you can take resources from your planning tile and put them on your groundwork cards, or vice versa. You could take them from your groundwork, put them, I don't know why you would want to do that, or you could put them in your planning tile, or you could just take them from your planning tile and discard them. So
no, that's one action too.
That's all one action. in your reallocate.
And you can only do that to move here. The resources you could pretty much it's a similar to this. You get to put it wherever, or you have to have the wheelbarrow to pretty much allocate it to the card.
That one's collecting any resources.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
This is a what? Okay, he said that wrong. This is collect any 4 resources of choice.
Yeah,
you can collect any 4 and put them either in your planning tile or groundwork tile. Yeah. So the wheelbarrow is the reallocate, and that's where you get to move them around, move your resources around, or get them out of your planning tile. Because as you know, you can't pick or choose. You have to take them in order. So you're going to get some that you don't need at the moment that are kind of clogging up your progress. You're going to need to get rid of some throughout the game. And of course, then there's the wild. I already went over that. So you're always going to be playing a card from your hand. You're either playing it in your tableau or you're discarding it. You are always playing from your hand, and you have to take 3 actions. You could take the same action multiple times. There's 4 actions to choose from. Laying a groundwork card, so you would take it from your hand and just put it into your tableau. Only there's one limitation though. You can't have more than 3 active groundwork cards at any time. Once you've finished it, so say I finished this one, wouldn't be an action, by the way. If it's finished, you turn it over, you've completed that landscape, and you move your token up 1 space on the God's track. Or if you've already completed another one in that same set, you would also collect any previous ones you've completed in that same set as well. You get to score for those. But as soon as you finish all the resources, you turn it over and put those back in the supply. And again, that's not an action. That's just as soon as you complete it, you've done it. So you do have to take 3 actions though. So if I already have 3 groundworks that I'm working on and you can't move them, once you place them, they're there. I can't place any more groundwork. I would have to discard to play either the rotate and collect, reallocate, or the wild, which is take a wild. That's what that one's called. Very simple, but very strategic and tricky, because it gets tricky when you're trying to shuffle around the resources and deal with the limitation of only 4 in your planning tile. That makes it a little difficult, and you do have to plan for that, which is what makes this game a lot of fun. I think I covered the basics.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to it. It's just a ton of strategy. And then also, I don't know if I covered in the setup, of course, you have your landscape cards here that you draw from at the end of your turn. You're going to be playing 3 cards out of your hand. You need to replenish those at the end of your hand, back up to 5. You could choose from one of the 3 face-up ones or from the top of the deck. If you do take a face-up one, you just immediately replenish it. And just like in other games, if you run out of cards, you just reshuffle them and start over. So Anthony's going to go first.
Okay, so I am... That's another thing too. You don't want to get rid of some cards because you already have a pattern going.
But like in mine, as you can see, I've got 2 of the slot 2 of the set in that color. So of course I'm going to be getting rid of one of those because you can't play more than 1. Did I say that? I don't know if I said that. That's another rule about the sets. You can't play more than 1 of the same type set card. So any duplicates are useless for your groundwork, but you can use them to collect and reallocate. So you just want to decide which one you want to try to go for. And as you can see, this one is the blue. Those have 5 in a set. Those are harder to complete. So the brown only has 2 in a set. The orange has 3 in a set. I think the green has 4. And the blue has 5. So it gets progressively more difficult to complete those sets. But again, you can't have more than one color set in your tableau. So you're not explaining what actions you're doing.
I already, I did the...
He did the rotate and collect, right?
Yeah.
Did you do that twice?
No.
He did the groundwork.
And then
you played 3 cards.
Yeah.
What else did you do?
I put the car for the groundwork, and then I did the wagon.
Oh, the reallocate. Okay. And then you rotate and collect them?
Yeah, so now I'm just collecting my cards, but I'm trying to figure out which ones I really need.
Okay. So now he's replenishing his hand.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to play this groundwork. And so as you can see, I need a green and a brown. And the green's up here, the brown's down here. So that's going to be hard to collect unless I get really lucky. Because I can only move it left or right one time, like 90 degrees basically. So I'm going to use the rotate and collect. So that one, I collect from the bottom up, I rotate it 1. So I get 2 brown. This one has 0. Then it skips to the gray. I don't need the gray for this card, but who knows? I might be playing one that I do need. And then my second action, or third action actually, is to reallocate. I'm going to use the wheelbarrow, and I'm going to get rid of these 2 gray ones because I don't foresee needing them anytime soon. And then I replenish my 3 cards. And as you can see, I got the match for that one, so that would be the best one for me to play soon. Of course, it has a gray on it that I just got rid of.
And then this, go down. This I get 2 of these. Put that one down. And I'm doing this.
Oh, you're doing the take a wild?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Replenish your cards.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't have what I need.
Okay, so I'm going to lay groundwork. So if I can complete those 2, I will have completed a landscape. And I'm going to rotate and collect. So I do from the top down.
This one.
Let's see which ones I want. Do this. So I get a gray, green, and brown.
You don't get a green?
I'm not, I meant blue, sorry. Blue. Okay. And then I'm going to use that one. I'm going to reallocate. So I completed this one. So immediately I turn over to the landscape side, put these in the supply, and I score 1 on the yellow track. And then I just replenish my cards. I only need 1 green to finish that landscape.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm reallocate. Get rid of these. That's 1
So you
move.
completed that one.
Oh, yeah.
So he gets to choose any track because he has the rainbow one.
So,
You're black.
oh, yeah. Okay, so that was 1 move. Now my second move. Actually, wait. Use this one. Wrong one. Okay, second move is this one. So
he's collecting from bottom up. So this one's blank. He gets 2 blue, and he's full. And he got two of the gray.
and I'm out of this one.
And laying groundwork. Okay, so he still has another slot for another groundwork because he's completed that one. And I have 2 slots because I completed one of mine. Okay, so
All right.
I'm going to lay this groundwork, and I'm going to rotate and collect. So I get 2 green. I'm going to reallocate. So put my greens here. And I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to keep it. I might regret that. And so I completed this one. So since I've already completed one in that same set, I get to score the yellow twice. And I completed a landscape. So I think being it's so early in the game, I'm going to collect this so it gives me an extra slot for my planning tile. And then I just collect my cards.
Okay, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
And this. Reallocate. So I finished that one.
He's going for the big one, the blue. Okay, so he gets a rainbow of any one of his choice and a purple. He gets to move up his track.
Okay, so that was my first move. And this. So, let's see.
You gotta rotate it. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Didn't want to rotate.
Too bad.
That
What
way.
are you doing? You rotate the whole thing.
Yeah. Oof. That doesn't work for me. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah, I'm about to go down.
Okay.
So
It's one green, 2 gray, and a blue.
All right. And this reallocating.
He completed another one. So now he gets to score on all 3 of those. He gets the red, the purple, and track of choice. Cruising.
Uh-huh. All right. Your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to lay this groundwork card. And I'm going to reallocate first. Clear this one out of my way. And then I'm going to rotate and collect. So I only turn the top one. So I will get 2 green and 2 gray. That's my turn. Let's see.
That's the end of your turn?
Yep.
Then 2 groundworks.
Okay. Wow. I'm not getting lucky on the sets.
Okay. I have to move it. So I'm moving this. And I get 2 of the wood. Okay.
You done?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to lay my 3rd groundwork, which will be that 3rd one in that set whenever I can complete it. I'm going to reallocate here, 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 and I'm going to rotate and collect. Water, and I completed 2 of them. So I get 1 yellow and 1 blue. It's almost better to do them in a different turn because you get it again. But okay, and now I'm going to draw.
Okay, my turn. I'm going to reallocate. I finished this one.
Okay, so he gets 2 red, purple, and any of his choice. And the game's halfway over. We've both, well, almost. We've almost did 5 landscapes each.
straight down. And you go this one. So 1, 2, 3. Right there.
Okay. So I'm going to reallocate. Then I'm going to use this to collect any resource. So I completed another landscape, as you can see. So I get a yellow, a blue, and a purple. I didn't move yours on the others, did I?
Mm-hmm.
And I get to choose, I'm going to choose this. I think that will come in handy. I'm going to move. That one.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Reallocate.
Wow, I'm gonna get a lot. Okay, so he completed a landscape and he gets the score on all those. So 2 wilds, 2 red, and a purple. So now he has the power to move me backwards on his red.
And 2 wilds.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you get to choose a reward.
All right.
So he chose a flat 4 points at the end of the game.
Gonna rotate this thing.
He gets 2 green and 2 gray.
And then let's see. I'll do this. So I get this one. And that's 1 red. So push you back. Your turn.
Okay. Lay a groundwork card. And these are bonus moves. These do not count as an action, by the way. So I'm going to use it. So I've got that. And I'm going to get my 3 wild resources. I know I'll be putting them right back, but just for the show. Okay, so I completed these 2. So I get to move 1 up on the red and 1 up on the purple. And I have 2 more moves. And we're only 3 away from the game ending, which I don't really want it to end soon because he's definitely beating me right now. And I need to lay more groundwork. So this one is, I can't use that any longer. I have one more. I'm going to use that one to collect any wild. So
Turn.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll reallocate. All right. Get rid of these. Do this. Then it's your turn.
Okay. I'll play this to get a wild. Play that one to get a wild. So play with this one. Move one up on the red. And
My turn. Okay, so this wild. So I move up the yellow. Oh, do I move the red too? Finish this one.
Yep.
Put this one down. And then move this. So I get 3 of these. All right, your turn.
and we'll lay groundwork.
Why is mine at 2?
Mm-hmm. Probably got moved. Okay, so I'm going to rotate and collect. It doesn't really matter. I get 3 browns and a blue.
Oh, I never grabbed my cards.
And I'm going to reallocate.
Never replenished.
Check out.
Okay. All right, so. Well, actually, you can't have 2 of the same ones, can you?
Mm-mm.
So, yeah. Put this one down. Groundworks. And then this. Wild. Purple. And it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to rotate and collect. So I rotate this way. I collect 1 green, 3 gray. You don't get another turn, by the way.
No, I don't.
Then I'm going to reallocate.
Obviously, I was first.
Yep. So I completed my 10 landscapes, but I get to score all of these. So I get, you moved me, by the way, yellow, purple.
You were at 10.
No, I know you moved, we were both at 10.
No, I was at the
Yellow,
God.
doesn't matter for me. You had me in there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I didn't complete another panorama. I've been calling it landscape. It's called panorama when you complete these.
Mm-hmm.
So the game is over. Now we just counter points, and I don't think there's any chance that I won. So these also count as 10. So I have 10, 15, 21, 26, and I didn't get a scoring token, so I have 26 points.
So 20, 30, 33, 37.
And what did I have?
26.
So he won. I knew it. It was obvious he won. Even without this, he would have won.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, there's a lot of strategy to this game, a lot. And there's many ways there's 4 different sets you can collect. So I think him collecting this 5-set panorama early game really helped him because he jumped up a lot on the scoring. He was able to push me back a few times. And he was doing it different rounds. I mean, he just kept scoring on top of scoring. So yeah, it's a lot of strategy. I will say the first game you do get tripped up just a little bit on some of the rules, but not that they're hard. It's kind of different mechanics. So you're just remembering those. But we had no problem. This is our second game, and you can see we had no problem playing and remembering all the rules. It's a fun little game. If you like abstract set collection games, with just a little bit of take that, there's really not that much take that. It's more of
very strategic. Very strategic.
Because there's so many, the cards give you so many different options on them that you can choose, and you're also trying to pay attention, of course, making sure you don't throw out one that you might potentially need for a set. I kind of got stuck on finishing another set. That's what hurt me. If I could have finished another panorama, that would have made a big difference in the game. But but definitely fun. We enjoyed this game, so hopefully our video helped you to decide whether this is the type of game you would enjoy playing. Anthony will put the product link in the description so you could figure out where you could buy it if you do want to purchase it. As always, please like this video. Feel free to leave a comment. If not already, please subscribe to our channel. We're very excited. We're at the time of doing this video, we're at 2,999. So hopefully when we look at the computer again, it's at 3,000. So we're very excited. We're reaching the 3,000 milestone. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.